Big mama. I feel like even I need a cigarette after that, and I don't even smoke cigarettes. I don't know, it's just so thoughtful. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jordan, for those of you who are new, and for those of you who are not new, welcome back. Today's video is gonna be a reading vlog, and if you didn't see my community post, somehow, some way, I lost my intro and my outro clip, so I'm refilming that. I have already read these books, but I need to do an intro. So today's video is going to be a reading vlog. We are letting a virtual die choose how long we are reading for this week. And this was actually really fun. I feel like I read a whole lot more than I'm used to reading in a week, especially like while working. But it made reading fun because it gave me a challenge and it gave me something to like work towards. We also collected a digital bookmark. The March TBR, it's going. As y'all can see, that's how many books we still have. It's going. I fear I'm too much of a mood reader to keep doing TBRs. So I think I need to figure out a different way to choose my monthly TBRs, or maybe don't make it so like strict. We'll call them like TBR hopefuls, TBR maybes. Because I think sticking to a TBR is just not for me. I'm too much of a mood reader. If I don't want to read something, I'm not gonna read it, and I try not to force myself to do that because I don't want to dislike a book just because I wasn't in the mood for that genre. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this intro up. This challenge was a lot of fun. Did I say that? I said that. I think that's it. I'm kind of rushing because this video was supposed to go up a few days ago. And so I need to get it up tonight before I, get ready for bed to go to work. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, you guys, so it has been some time since I filmed the intro to this video. I'm tired. I just got off of work not too long ago and I laid down and dozed off. So I'm up now. And today is day one of our rolling the dice to see how many hours we read for today. Today is Tuesday. I was supposed to start this yesterday, but I'm starting today and we're gonna go 5 days. So we'll be ending this challenge on Saturday. We are going to roll a virtual die. I'm gonna screen record and I'll put it up on the screen. And we'll see what it lands on. I'm hoping I don't get anything too crazy. We're just gonna roll that. I am screen recording, so I'll put the screen recording up, and here we go. It's rolling. 2 hours. I can definitely do 2 hours. I am about to be in the car for like the next hour and a half, so I'm gonna try to read for most of that. And then when I get back home, we'll only have a little bit more. I'll probably honestly read more than 2 hours for real. So maybe we can still use that for maybe a different day when I have a lot to read, but we shall see. Excuse me if I sound a little nasally. My allergies are really bad today. I'm allergic to pet dander, and as you know, I have 2 cats and a dog. I guess we should talk about what I'm reading right now. I'm currently reading Restore Me by J.L. Seegers. I'll put the cover right here because I do have the physical book, but I'm reading it on my Kindle right now because it is my book that I've been reading at work. Because I don't take my physical books with me to work. I only take my Kindle and I read on my breaks. So I need to go ahead and finish this book. I've been reading it for like a week now, so it's time to go ahead and finish it. Basically, it just follows the story of a woman who is widowed. Her husband died in a car accident, and he died, I want to say he died like 4 years prior to the story we're being told now. And she's just basically fighting the feelings that she has for basically her husband's best friend and that he has for her. They do have history, and you learn a lot of that in the story. I'm not gonna say it because I feel like it's a spoiler, but they do have a history, and it's just interesting to see the story unfold because it's kind of just like, what would I do in that situation? But yeah, so we're about to hit the road and I'm gonna read in the car, so I will pick y'all up in the car and when I get back home, and we'll discuss what's going on. All right, guys, I have y'all balanced on like the weirdest setup right now. But I just got back home. We have, I don't know if y'all are gonna be able to see this. We have an hour and 22 minutes left for today. I'm a little over halfway. I think I'm like 52%. Let me check my Kindle. I'm 52% in. I started on page 236 and I'm on 254 right now. I'm reading it on my Kindle because, like I said, it's the book I've been reading at work. But just to show y'all physically where I am, I'm about right there. We just got to the part where they're kind of talking things through on how they're gonna make this thing, I guess, go forward. I'm really enjoying it. It started off a little slow for me, but I'm really enjoying the story. I know there are a lot of books in the series. I want to say the second book has like part 1, part 2, part 3, and it's like different parts. But I want to say it's like 5 books out right now. And I think it's going to continue. I have to do more research on that. I think right now in my mind it's sitting at like a 4.25, 4-star. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I like Dominic as a character. I like Sloane's character as well. They can both be a little like annoying at times. Also, I feel like the story can get kind of repetitive because it's the same thing kind of over and over again. Like, they're attracted to one another, but they're kind of facing a dilemma of, you know, his best friend died. His best friend was her husband, and, you know, so she lost her husband, he lost his best friend, but they have feelings for one another. But so it's kind of like repetitive because they're kind of going back and forth with that, which is understandable. I can see how that can be kind of like, you know, weird and make you feel, you know, guilty and like you're doing wrong. So yeah, but I'm really enjoying it. So I say, like, right now it's at a 4-star. We'll see where this last 50% takes us, if it'll bump it to a 5-star or not. But right now I'm not really getting 5-star feelings. The spice though, the spice is really good. There's yearning, there's like really intense like lust, I guess you would say. Not necessarily yearning, but they're really like lusty, and they're really like hanging on to the fact that they want one another but they can't. You could feel just like the tension. That's the word. You can feel the tension between the characters. So I'm gonna get back to reading, and I will probably talk to you guys tomorrow. That was intense. I feel like even I need a cigarette after that, and I don't even smoke cigarettes. What in the heck? That was wild. I'm on chapter 24 right now, and it's getting good. Dominic and Sloane are nasty. Hey, it's day 2, and being completely honest with y'all, I am very tired. I thought I was gonna have all day to read, but I've been so tired from work. Last night whooped my tail. But we're here and we move. Today's day 2 of letting the dice, or the die, choose how many hours we read. Yesterday we only had 2 hours and it was a success. I read from, oh, I put it in my phone, so let's see. I read from for 2 hours. It took me 2 hours to read 67 pages. I am a slow reader. I reread things kind of over and over again. So I tend to read on the slower side of things. But once like I pick up a pace, like I'm good to go. We're using the same one from yesterday. And yeah, so we're gonna roll the dice. I'm gonna screen record so I can put it up on the screen. I'm probably not gonna record me reading today because I just really don't feel like being on camera today. So yeah, I'm not gonna force myself to be on camera. I really don't feel that good, so I'm just gonna drink my water and read. I'm still reading Restore Me by J.L. Seegers. Hopefully I'll finish it today or tomorrow at least. Okay, clicking the button. We are reading for 4 hours. I can do 4 hours today. I can do 4 hours. It is currently 3:49. I'll probably start reading around 5. Yeah, I'm gonna start reading around 5 just so I can kind of just like lay here and decompress from my day, or from my night, I guess I should say. Actually, should I just go ahead and start now? I feel like pushing it off is just kind of like, why, you know? But I want to take like an hour nap. I feel like I should, because if not, I'm just gonna fall asleep while I'm reading and the timer is just gonna keep going, and I don't want that to happen. I don't want to fail. I'm gonna take like an hour nap and then we'll start the reading timer. So yeah, I'll see y'all in an hour when we start reading. My eyes are swollen because I was about to start bawling them out. I'm on page 340. I'm on page 340 and Sloan just, I guess, had a confession. I don't really know how much to say because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, but man, I couldn't imagine, like, for one, I couldn't imagine being married and then, you know, my spouse passing away, and then 4 years later messing with his best friend. I couldn't imagine, but I guess like Dom and Sloan have like this unknown history with one another. I don't know, it's just, I don't know, it's just all so crazy because it's like the tension between the two of them is so like tense. Like, it's so palpable. Even like just reading the words on the paper, like the tension is so palpable. You can feel how bad they want each other because they want one another. And obviously in the beginning it was more for one party than the other, but now it's just like they both want each other so bad. And she has this like, what she thinks is like this crippling confession, and I don't know, just him being there for her and him like soothing her. It's just so like, the man that Dominic Alexander is, he's just so caring, and it's just crazy because although Eric was also his best friend, he doesn't care because he loves that woman and he's willing to do anything, and he's willing to do anything and just be there for her. And it's just so like, I don't know, it's just so thoughtful. It's just so good, and it's like, man. Also, I wanted to come on camera and let you guys know I started reading way later than I was supposed to. I fell asleep. And I was only supposed to take a nap for an hour, and that ended up turning into like 3 hours. So I just started reading an hour ago, and it's 7:53 right now. So I can still get the 4 hours done. It's just gonna be later than I originally planned. Sorry, Mookie. It's gonna be later than I originally planned, but yeah, so far the story is getting really good. I'm still sitting around a 4.25, 4.5, but it's really good. And seeing how Sloan is dealing with the grief of, you know, not only losing her husband but moving on from him, hearing her confession, just like, I don't know, it's just heartbreaking because I feel like it's very easy to, I don't know if that's a spoiler. I mean, it does say on the back that her husband died, but I don't know. I feel like although the book is spicy and what's the word I'm looking for? Not the majority of the plot, but like, I'd say like 40-ish%, 35-ish% of the plot is them lusting for one another and this tension building between them of like sexual tension, very palpable sexual tension. And although you get that, you also get like their separate thoughts on how they're dealing with this thing, like this thing that's very real, you know. Like her husband died, his best friend died, and they want each other. And it's just like, I could only imagine the guilt that they feel. But it's so good. It really is good. I couldn't recommend it more, honestly. I think we're gonna see how this ending goes, because I paused the timer to talk to you guys. My battery is flashing, so that's my cue. I'm gonna get off of here and I'm gonna continue to read, and I will update you guys when we're done with the 4 hours. All right, good afternoon, you guys. It is day 3 of our reading challenge. Yesterday we finished Restore Me by J.L. Seegers, and we had to do 4 hours yesterday. I read an extra hour and 11 minutes to finish it though, but in those 4 hours I read 155 pages. I actually need to double check that because I read it on my Kindle and I don't know like how true that is. So 307 to, I think I stopped at 458. Let me see. $457. Okay, no, I stopped at 456. 149 pages. But I did finish this. This is the physical copy of it. I had to put tape on it because it ripped. I don't know how, but because I haven't taken this book out of the house, so I don't know how it ripped right here, but I put tape on it and it just, you can't really tell, but up close you can. I think from far away you can't really see it. But anyways, I'm gonna talk more about this at the end of the video to give like a recap of the books we read. But I want to go ahead and roll the dice for today to see how long we're reading today. And I also want to go ahead and pick out my next book. It is March and I haven't started on my March TBR yet, so I feel like I'm kind of behind. So yeah, let me get the dice pulled up and get to screen recording so we can see how long we're reading today. I decided I'm not going to work in the morning. I wasn't on the schedule. I was just gonna go in to pick up some extra hours, but I don't feel like it, so I'm not going to. Since I'm not going to work, I wouldn't mind getting a lot of hours. Well, 6 being the most we can get. So let's see what we're doing today. After I clean up, we are doing to actually get it is crazy. So we will be reading 6 hours today. It is currently 2:35, but like I said, I don't work in the morning, so I can really pick up the next book whenever I want to. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and clean up, and then once I decide what book I'm gonna read, I'll come back on camera and we'll go from there. And yeah, 6 hours today. I'm actually excited because that's probably the most that I would have like sat and read in one sitting. So 6 hours straight, I feel like that's actually gonna be quite interesting. So yeah, I'm about to take this ginger shot from Suja, there we go. It's good for digestion. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this ginger shot, drink me a whole bunch of water, and because I haven't had any water today and it's 2 o'clock. All right, you guys, so it is now 5:20 and I'm just now about to start reading. Let me get my timer set up. So we are doing 6 hours today, and I think I'm gonna split it up. I think I'm gonna start 2 books, but I'm not recording. Yes, I am. The first book I think I'm gonna start is Hood Feminism by Mickey Kendall. And then the second book that we're gonna be reading is Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. I have been wanting to read this book for so long. I read, oh wow, I didn't know this was a sticker. I read Part of Your World and Yours Truly. Those are the first and second book. And wow, that's crazy. I did not know this was a sticker. They are the first and second book in the Part of Your World series. This is the third and final book in that series. And I've been putting it off just because I wasn't ready to be done with it. But it is on my monthly TBR this month. So yeah, I want to read this and get this done. It's also on Kindle Unlimited. And so I can read it at work when I go to work tomorrow night. Tomorrow night? Today's Thursday. Yes, tomorrow night. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna be quiet now and get comfy and get to reading. And yeah, that's it. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this vlog so far. I think I already said that already. I don't know. I've said it in 2 different vlogs. So yeah, I'm gonna start with Hood Feminism when I start the timer. And then we're gonna go into Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, and we'll see how far we get into both of them. And I'll probably give y'all some updates at the halfway mark. So once we get down, like 3 hours down, I'll give y'all some updates on how it's going, things like that. So yeah, I will check in with y'all later. All right, you guys. So today is kind of a fail, kind of not a fail. So I read for 2 hours and 24 minutes today. I still have 3 hours and 36 minutes left. The only problem is, this is what time it is. It's 1:37 a.m. Now, I'm still gonna get this challenge done. I will stay up and finish these last 3 hours and 36 minutes. I don't have any issues with that. But yeah, I fell asleep, y'all. I was so tired. Like, 1 minute I was reading, the next thing I know, American Dad is on and I'm asleep. So it's not gonna be a complete fail. I'm still gonna finish my 6 hours today, and then tomorrow we'll roll the dice and pick it up there. Well, I guess today we'll roll the dice and pick it up there. But I wanted to come on here real quick before I left my house. I wanted to give you guys just a quick update on the books that I'm reading. So I'm reading Hood Feminism by Mickey Kendall, and I'm also reading Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. As far as Hood Feminism goes, I am enjoying it so far. I read the entire introduction, and I've read like the first 3 pages of Solidarity is Still for White Women or something like that. I read that, and so far, you know, it's making its case, but I'm gonna keep reading it, get a feel for it. I also think that I'm gonna make that like the book that I just read throughout the month. That's not gonna be something that I just sit and kind of read like how I'm doing Abby Jimenez's book. But so far so good. I have found some underlinable quotes so far, and I'm liking it. So Hood Feminism by Mickey Kendall, so far so good. I could see it as one of those like college material books that, you know, they tell you that you have to read for the, let me turn the brightness down, that you have to read for like a class on feminism or like women's studies and things like that. I could definitely see it being like course material in a good way. And as far as Abby Jimenez, Just for the Summer, I immediately felt like transported back into this world. Like, I love Abby Jimenez's writing. She's probably top 5 author for me, auto-buy for sure. Her writing is just so, I don't know, it just does something for me. Like, she takes these tough topics and she just weaves them into such beautiful love stories, and you feel for these characters. You get like this emotional pull to these characters, and it's just, also, sorry about the lighting, y'all. It's nighttime because it's 1 o'clock in the morning, so just anyways. But yeah, she just weaves such tough topics into these beautiful love stories. And in this book we have Emma and we have Justin. Emma is a nurse, a travel nurse, and Justin, I don't know, what does Justin do? I feel like it told me. He's a software engineer. Okay, yeah, he's a software engineer. But yeah, they meet in a Reddit thread because they both have this curse slash good luck charm, according to other people, where when they're in a relationship, as soon as they break up, that person finds their soulmate like immediately after, pretty much. Justin makes an "Am I the Asshole" post because he and his girlfriend broke up, and my battery's about to die. 1 second. Emma's a travel nurse. Justin is a software engineer. Oh yeah, we're past all that. The Reddit post, him and his girlfriend broke up, and immediately after, his best friend and her became a couple. His best friend's name is Brad. His ex-girlfriend's name is Faith. He changes the names in the Reddit post, but yeah. So in the Reddit post, I think their names were Chad and Hope, and he named his dog Chad after Brad. He's a rescue dog, and he claims he's like this really ugly dog or whatever, but I looked up the breed of dog that... Oh, the cat is in her catio, and I thought somebody was trying to break in my window, but she's in her litter box outside. But anyways, so he names his dog Brad after his best friend, who is now with his ex-girlfriend, and he wanted to know if he was an asshole for doing that because their moms are best friends, and she wants him to change the dog's name, but he says no. And so yeah, so far they've come up with this plan to now date one another, because if they date and break up, they think that it will break the curse. Obviously in true fashion, they're gonna fall in love with one another. You can already tell that they're like feeling one another. I've been highlighting the book. Is actually really funny. Like, it's giving true rom-com vibes, and I love me a good rom-com movie. So and I feel like that's a lot of the time that's what Abby Jimenez's books give, with that little touch of like magical realism. And the book is taking place in Minnesota, which the first two books also took place in Minnesota. I've been highlighting a lot on my Kindle, nothing in the actual physical book, but on the Kindle I've been just like highlighting quotes and everything, because Abby Jimenez is a very quotable author. She definitely knows how to pen some work. Okay, that woman is, I don't know. It's a really good book though so far. I'm only 150 pages in. I already know I'm gonna cry, because they're both going through such like crazy things in their life. Like, Justin's going through some things, and he's gonna end up having to take custody of his 3 younger siblings, one of which I think is 16, the other one is 12, and the youngest is 4. And I mean, let me see, how old is he? He says it in his Reddit post. I think he's 29. He's 29. He's gonna end up having to take custody of his 3 younger siblings. And then you have Emma, whose mom is going through some mental things. I'm not really sure what her mom is going through. She's kind of like hinted at some mental issues, but I'm not sure if they're mental issues or if her mom is just toxic. Yeah, you learn like these kind of like heavy backstories to these characters, and all the while, you know, you're smiling and you're kicking your feet and you're giddy because, oh, they're gonna fall in love. But then they go back to like their life, and it's like, oh, you're dealing with some heavy, you know, some real heavy stuff. Like, so I am enjoying it. I see it foreseeably 5 stars. I don't predict anything less. I love Abby Jimenez. Maybe I'm biased, but I really did enjoy Part of Your World and yours truly. So I mean, I feel like it's only right that I'm gonna enjoy it just for the summer. This is the last book in that series. I feel it in my heart. I feel my heartstrings ripping. I know this book is going to deplete me, and I could use a good cry right now, so I'm here for it. I feel like I had so much more I wanted to say, and now I'm on camera and I'm just like I guess that's it, y'all. I only got 3 hours and 36 minutes left. It's currently about to roll over to 2 o'clock, so I'll probably start reading again around like 2:15ish, 2:30. If I don't finish the time, I will just add it on to tomorrow, because I have all day and all night tomorrow to read. So if I have to just push it to tomorrow, then I will. But I'm not gonna pick up the camera anymore tonight. I'll see y'all later today. All right, you guys, so today is day 4, I believe. Today is day 4 of the letting the dice choose how many hours I read for the week. We are on day 4 out of 5, and yeah. So yesterday, as we all know, I fell asleep, so I didn't finish my 6 hours before I left home, but I did read like 2.5-ish more hours. I am still left with 36. Let me show y'all. I'm still left with 36 minutes and 17 seconds. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I'm gonna add that to today's time. So whatever we get today, I'm gonna add the extra 36 minutes and 17 seconds. So if we get 4 hours, we'll have 4 hours and 36 minutes, so on and so forth. And yeah, I think I pretty much told you guys how I'm feeling about the book so far last night. I've only been reading just for the summer. I didn't dive back into hood feminism last night, but I did read a good bulk of just for the summer. I am on page, I'm on chapter 32. I know that because I've been reading on my Kindle. So right here, I'm on page 275. So look at my bookmark, you guys. I'm a water sign, and I got this, I don't know if y'all remember my, like, one of my first like book hauls on here. Isn't that so cute? So yeah, I'm on chapter 32, page 275. I think I have like 130-ish more pages left. So that'll probably take me about like 3.5 hours to finish. I'm also ready to dive into a fantasy. So as great as this book is, and as much as it is giving me that 5-star feeling, I want to read a fantasy so bad. So I think after this book, because I'm gonna finish this today, I just think whatever book I start tomorrow, or even if I start it today, I won't finish that in this reading vlog. But I'm hoping it's more than an hour, because I'm gonna read more than an hour. As far as Abby Jimenez just for the summer, I am completely loving this book. I found myself getting emotional. I'm not gonna give too many thoughts though, because it is already 4 o'clock, you guys. I feel like this time change has just, it's like it took its hour back. And with that hour, it took several other hours. Because why does it feel like the day is just flying by? Like the days are flying. It's 4:50. I feel like I just got home an hour ago, but I got home at like 1 something. So we need to roll the die. Roll the die, roll the dice, roll the die, because it's just 1, and see how many hours we're reading today. So let me get that pulled up and turn on my screen record. All right, show you guys. Oh, turn the brightness down a little bit. We got our die, and now we're gonna roll. Click the button to roll. You know, I genuinely did not think that I was gonna get 6 hours 2 times in a row. I didn't think I was gonna get it 2 times during this challenge. And yet here we are. And I have to add that. It's okay though, because I planned on reading a lot today anyway. I just wasn't planning on 6 hours worth of reading, because it's 5 o'clock already. So that means I'm going to be reading until 11. But that's okay. Let me turn my brightness back up. So yeah, we'll be reading for 6 hours today. 6 hours, 36 minutes, and 17 seconds. So yeah, I'm just gonna cut this here. I'm done talking. I'm gonna go ahead and set up my timer. And yeah, so I guess today we're gonna finish just for the summer. 6 hours, 36 minutes, and 17 seconds. Girl, you about to knock that cat tree over, Big Mama? Big Mama, Big Mama, Big Mama. No, you ain't no fun, no way.
Who shows up naked in your dream that turns into a nightmare?
Your wife.
Your wife.
So I just finished Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. I don't have you guys on a tripod. I'm just holding y'all real close. But I just finished Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. Great book, phenomenal book. We'll get into it at the end when we do our recap. And I was gonna jump into Babbel, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm gonna take a break from my monthly TBR. Because Goodreads is playing. Goodreads is playing with all of us. Because I finished that book and they didn't give me my bookmark. And I'm feeling played. I looked it up and a lot of people have been having that issue since the update. So I'm like, you know what? Y'all playing with my feelings and I don't like that. I'm upset. So I'm not reading from my physical TBR. I'm going to read a book that I've been wanting to read since it came out. And since I only have 3 hours left tonight, I'm gonna read Kimberly Lemon's new book because I've been wanting to read it and it's this big. So I might finish it tonight, you know what I mean? Why not go ahead and get another physical book off my TBR? I won't get the digital bookmark achievement apparently, but I'll get a book off of my TBR. And I'm okay with that because I've been wanting to read this since it came out. So yeah, this will be what I'll be reading tonight. Cam is gonna be playing his game. So I'm gonna read. I got 3 hours and 14 minutes left. I think it's 3 hours, 14 minutes and like 31 seconds. So this will be our read of the night. So far, every book has been good. The challenge is going great. I only failed last night. But we're making up for it. I have 3 hours and 14 minutes left. So far, so good. This is our next read. And yeah. Day 4 was a success. We finished our 6 hours. And what was I gonna say? I think I already told y'all that I finished Just for the Summer and I started reading I Got Abducted by Aliens and Now I'm Trapped in a Rom-Com by Kimberly Lemming. Goodreads did get their stuff together. They did get their act together and they gave me my bookmark for Just for the Summer. So we got one more bookmark. I am about to be on the road for the next hour and a half. So we need to spin the die so we can see how many hours we're reading today. Today is the last day, thankfully, because I do have to work tonight. So I'm hoping I don't get anything over like 3 hours. But yeah, I made it to page 118 of the Kimberly Lemming book. That title is too long, I'm not saying it again. But I made it to page 118 in that book and I believe it's less than 300 pages, like 280 something, like 287, 283 or something like that. Let's go ahead and spin the die. Let me turn on my screen record. All right. Oh. Well, it looked like it kind of rolled it twice. See, it stopped at 3, but then it rolled it again and it stopped at 2. We're gonna go halfway. We're gonna do 2.5 hours today. I feel like that's only fair because I can't do 5. I can't do 5, I gotta work tonight. But 2.5, I can do 2.5. I can even do 3. We might do 3. I'll do 3 since it technically did 3 first. We'll do 3 hours today. I am gonna be in the car for like the next like hour and a half, so that's where I'll get the bulk of it done. I think I need to continue reading it to see how I feel about a rating. It's definitely more than 3 stars. And y'all, I had to go to work last night and I'm tired. I'm tired. Third shift is kicking my butt and I've been doing it for more than a year now. You would think I'd be used to it, but I'm not. I hope y'all enjoying this vlog so far. Vlogging is getting better. I'm getting a little bit more natural at it with talking about the books and everything. It's just more so not having many places to vlog because I don't have that many places to vlog in this house. I did vlog a little bit in the living room the other night, but that was weird because they was watching TV and I had my headphones in and I was reading and it just felt awkward, but they didn't care and I didn't care either. It just felt a little awkward, but you know, other than that though, yeah, I'll see y'all in the car. All right, guys, so that is it for this week's vlog. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, but before we get out of here, I want to give a quick recap on everything, going in order of first book to last book. Obviously I didn't finish the last book, but I'm gonna give you my opinion. Well, I have finished it now, but I didn't finish it during my hours, but I didn't record any more clips after that last clip, so I'm gonna give my thoughts and like what I rated it, even though I did finish it outside of the challenge. But starting with the first book, we read Restore Me by J.L. Seegers. This book follows Sloane and Dominic as they navigate a potential relationship. Dominic and Sloane have this like hidden history, but Sloane was married to a man named Eric. Eric sadly passed away in a car accident, and Dominic is his best friend. They all went to college together. They all knew each other from college, and so Eric passed away 4 years prior to when this story takes place. And it's basically just navigating the grief of losing Dominic losing his best friend, Sloane losing her husband, but them also having these like strange feelings for one another. As far as a rating, I gave this book 4.25 stars. I just felt like near the end, it kind of like, I was like, okay, like I'm ready for this to be over. But it was still a really good read. It dealt with like very tough topics such as grief and loss, and navigating relationships after, you know, becoming a widow, and also navigating a relationship with a forbidden person, because this is her, you know, deceased husband's best friend, and that's his best friend's wife. So it's like you're navigating this relationship, but they're also dealing with like grief. There are like devastating confessions being, you know, given and things like that. And it was just refreshing to see Dominic's character and how he dealt with it, because he could have very easily been like upset about it, irritated by it, but he was also grieving. So it's like they understood where the other person was coming from as far as like the grief process, and they kind of helped each other through it, if you kind of think about it. It's very spicy, I will say that. So if you don't like spice in your books, probably skip this one. I would say like a good like 35-40% of like the feeling of the book is just sexual tension. Like the sexual tension is very palpable. I'm pretty sure I said that in the clips for the book, but I feel like J.L. Seegers, she wrote this beautifully, because it could be messy. It could have been very messy, and it could have been very bad for these characters, especially because she's still so close to Eric's family. But it still, I feel like it wasn't as, like, it wasn't like VH1 drama. Like, if you know VH1, it wasn't like Love and Hip Hop type drama. It was like Young and Restless type drama. Like, it was handled with, I don't necessarily want to say class, but it was handled with a certain level of maturity, if you will. And so yeah, it was just interesting to see how they navigated this whole like thing of wanting to be with one another. So 4.25 stars. It was a really good read. I definitely recommend it. There are more books in the series. The second book follows one of the smaller characters. I cannot remember her name. It's Eric's sister. It started with an M. Mel and her boyfriend Chris. I want to say that that's like a second chance romance. I can't wait to read that one. I think I want to put that on my April hopefuls. But we'll see, because the little bit that I did read, it does sound like it's actually going to be pretty good. So I want to read that, and 4.25 stars. Definitely recommend, pick it up. Oh, it's also on Kindle Unlimited. Then the second book that I read in this challenge was Abby Jimenez's Just for the Summer. This book was so good. Again, another romance book where they're dealing with like tough topics. Not tough as far as like, well, no, I guess one of our main characters is kind of grieving a loss, but you have Emma and you have Justin, who meet each other through a Reddit post. Justin posted an Am I the Asshole article, and I'm not gonna give y'all the whole rundown because I'm pretty sure I told y'all all of this, but basically they're trying to break this curse that they have, and they end up dating one another. Things go from there. But again, I will say Abby Jimenez pens such beautiful work. Like, she can weave the toughest topics into the most beautiful rom-com worthy romances. And a lot of people have been saying like Justin's beating the J name allegations, and he definitely did. He was very like thoughtful. He is the definition of, if he wanted to, he would, because he would, it's like he took the extra mile in everything he did. You know, things that her mom should know about her, she didn't know, and he knew his first, you know, their first date. And so it's just like, it was just beautiful to witness, and it was a great love story. And I love just the way Abby Jimenez writes love and writes her male main characters, because they're all book boyfriend worthy. So yeah, Justin's dealing with the toughness of having to be basically a new single parent at 29 to 3 kids, because he has to take on guardianship of his 3 siblings. That's not a spoiler, it is on the back. And then you have Emma, who's dealing with a mom who's just kind of toxic in a way. Like, I still don't know if you should call it mental illness, or if she just genuinely was just a toxic woman, a selfish woman. But I think that that's up for like interpretation on how you guys feel about it. I feel like she was just a very selfish woman, and a lot of the things that she did was to save face for herself. So definitely recommend this book. I gave this book 5 stars. I am an Abby Jimenez stan. If nobody stands that woman, then I am no longer on earth. I'm somewhere in space, in orbit somewhere. I love Abby Jimenez's work. It's just, it's beautiful. Like, I feel like she just writes romance in such beautiful ways. Like, I can picture all of her books as movies, and I can just, they don't even give Hallmark necessarily. Like, they give that true like 90s, early 2000s rom-com feel. And I love her books. I love Abby Jimenez. So definitely recommend, 5 stars. Last but not least, I'm not gonna lie, this one let me down. This one let me down so bad. So we have Kimberly Lemon's new book, I Got Abducted by Aliens and Now I'm Trapped in a Rom-Com. Give me a second. First off, I gave this book 3 stars. I know it pains me to say that, especially because the Mia Mishap series, and even her like short stories in between the Mia Mishap series, they were so good for me. Like, I think I gave every single one of the books in the Mia Mishap series 5 stars, because they were just that good to me. And I don't know if it was just because like it was a new genre for me, like new storytelling for me, or if no, it's not even that. I genuinely enjoyed those stories. Like, they were so good. I remember just those visceral, raw reactions I had to reading that series. And I thought I was gonna get the same vibes, feelings from this, and it just fell short for me. It felt rushed in a way. Like, literally in the first chapter, she is abducted. Like, the first chapter, we don't have any backstory on her. We don't meet any of her friends, her family, none of that. I mean, I guess we kind of find out why we don't meet anybody, but even when she's like naming people that she worked for and like people that she worked with, it's like, I don't even know who that is to even care that you're mentioning them. And you know, this is a little book, so I understand she only had so much, but it's like, if we're not gonna meet them, I don't think we should mention them. I don't know, it was just throwing me around, because it's like, we already have to remember the aliens' names. We gotta remember, well, the lion's name was easy to remember. They named him Toto, her name's Dorothy. But we have to remember the names of the kind of aliens and the birds, and it was just a lot. And so I did like the plot. I will say that the plot was very interesting. So if you don't know, Dorothy is a wildlife biologist. She studies meerkats. And so she's out in the desert one day and she's like filming them, and it's like very dramatic. You know, she's doing the voices on her own as she's filming it. And out of nowhere, a lion attacks her. As the lion attacks her, she's abducted by aliens. This is in the first chapter. So, I mean, she's abducted by aliens. The aliens are little owls, and they're called Bilbans, B-I-W-B-A-N-S. That's what they are called. And so, yeah, they escape somehow, her and Toto, they escape. And he is like, I guess, grateful because she helped save him. And so he like licks her face across her mouth. And when she kisses animals or the aliens that inhabit this planet, they can speak English because they don't speak her language. And so when she kisses them, they can now, you know, communicate. And so Toto can talk because he licked her mouth, and so now they can talk to one another. And then she kisses the first alien that she meets, and now he can talk. And then she kisses the second alien that she meets, and it's like, girl, why are you kissing all of these people? I mean, she kissed the second one because she found out that when she kisses them, they can communicate that way. And so that's why she kissed the second one. And then she's just kissing everybody because that's how she needs to communicate with people, is to kiss them. She even kisses the little intern bird when he pops up. And so you learn along the way that the whole reason she is even abducted is because they're trying to re-inhabit this planet, because the aliens that are on that planet, they messed up their planet. It's a lot. It's a whole lot, and you got to get it all in this little bit. And so there's a villain that pops up at the end. I don't know. It kind of was just all over the place. And I feel like within like the first 2 or 3 chapters, our characters were already like mating. And it's like, how are we already here and we still have so much to go? Like, I feel like they were already in love after 3 days. And I get like they're aliens and they haven't seen women in a minute, but it's like, love? Really? And I'm not even against insta love, but even that was just a little too much for me, because it's like, okay, cool. I don't know, this didn't feel like Kimberly Lemming to me. Like, it was her humor and it was her writing style, but the story just felt so chaotic. It felt so rushed. It's like they sat down and they thought of every crazy thing that they could think of, and she was like, I'm gonna put that in there, I'm gonna put that in there, I'm gonna put that in there too, I'm gonna put that in there too. And it was just like, okay, wait, hold on, wait a minute. Y'all throwing a lot at me here, and I'm barely holding on, you know? So I don't know, I enjoyed it. Like 3 stars. I'm gonna continue the series because I want to see if it gets better. But as far as like the first book, it wasn't hitting for me. And I even had this, I don't know if I included it in the vlog or not, I don't think I did, but I even had this moment where I was sitting in the car with my fiance and I was talking to him about it, and I was just like, I'm not enjoying this like I thought I was going to. Like, I feel like my girl really dropped the ball on this one, and I don't know, I didn't hate it. Like I said, it was enjoyable. There were some like laughable moments, and it was cute and funny, and you do, what's the word I'm looking for, because it's not really like an attachment to the characters, but you do not relate. You like the characters. The characters are likable. Dorothy can be annoying at times, but the characters are likable. This book just didn't hit. It didn't hit like her other books have hit for me, and that is kind of sad because I've read her entire backlist, so I'm caught up on everything she's put out as far as I know. And so I don't know, this one just didn't hit for me. The cover is beautiful still. There was also like moments where, I'm gonna put this down now. There were also moments where like I felt they were kind of inconsistent. Like they would be walking through the jungle one minute and then they're having sex on the jungle floor. And where did the lion go? Because he was just with y'all. So where did he go? You know what I mean? Like, is he that far behind that y'all have all this time to do all of that? Because I mean, it was a lot. They were doing a lot of things in this jungle on this floor without bathing nonetheless. So it was just a lot of inconsistencies. Like, I found myself a lot of times going, where's Toto? Where's Toto? And I just kept saying it over and over again. Where did Toto go? And so it's like, I don't know. It just felt odd and off. It didn't feel like my good sis. And I hate to say that because I love her writing. So I hate to like not love it. I don't feel right even giving this review. But yeah, 3 stars. So I feel like I still had a pretty good reading week. I basically finished this whole book. I think I only had like 60 pages left by the time the challenge was over. And so I mean, I guess I read 3 books. I finished 3 books in 1 week. And so yeah, technically I had already started Restore Me though. I think I was like 30% into that one already, but whatever, neither here nor there. We read 3 books and 2 of them were a success. The 3rd one was a little, you know, even on Goodreads I was just like, I still don't even know how to feel about this, and I just gave it 3 stars because I feel like anything below 3 stars is too little, but anything above that, like even 3.1 is just too much. Like it's too much. So we're gonna give it a 3. We're gonna give it a 3 stars. And I am gonna continue the series when she releases more. I feel like if the second book comes out and I'm really not like feeling it, I probably won't continue. But I mean, by that point, it's like the second one is probably gonna have one more. You might as well go ahead and do the whole trilogy. But that's just me being a weirdo. I don't know. So yeah, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed me talking about books this video. I had a good time filming this challenge. I'm gonna say that over and over and over again because it actually was really fun. Like, I don't typically do challenges. This is my first like actual reading challenge. So this was fun and I can't wait to do more. I think my next one is good. I think my next video is gonna be a reading challenge. Just because I really had a lot of fun, and it makes it easier to vlog because vlogging is kind of weird when you think about it. Hell, doing YouTube is kind of weird when you think about it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, leave me some more video ideas down in the comments. I'm about to go to bed. I gotta go to work tonight. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you again for watching. Bye guys.